very important. We're going to see if various shades of purple or rainbow colors will be victorious.
That's what I hate about the Super Nintendo, man. It's like our controllers have such plain buttons, and the Famicom got like super colorful buttons.
Well, yeah, one of them is an entertainment system, but the other is a family computer.
Oh.
Gotta appeal to the kids.
I'm like incredibly distracted by this little GIF on Darko's stream.
You said the naughty word. I'm gonna add that to our list of banned topics. Alright, so we got one person skipping the 1-2 wrong.
We have both.
Like both of them are.
It's not a very important wrong warp. Saves about 2 or 3 seconds over natural route.
I think I am the only person that goes for the goal swap in this stage.
That has a sub 50, probably.
I mean, I'm not even sure I've seen anyone do it. I just thought that you could do it, and then just experimented with it. If you're wondering why we're not talking about the gameplay, it's because there's really not much to say about this.
Yeah. Like, if you don't go for the wrong warps, there's really not much to talk about this until we get to the boss of this world. So
yeah, Darko not even going for Lockjaw. Gooby actually gets it pretty nicely.
Yeah, so it puts them on parity as far as stream delay goes.
Yeah. At least as far as what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Darko is kind enough to put a timer on his stream, so we have a decent idea of how he's doing. Both runners skipping top sail, as they probably should.
No one needs to go for a 3-frame trick unless they're trying to go for a top time.
Well, that was interesting. Darko didn't get the optimal goal swap at the end of top sail, which is literally free.
Literally free. So this is like the one main point to talk about in World 1. Good old Crow. Canis Infinite. So the first 2 phases here are going to be real eggs every time, but once you get into phase 3 and 4, it's going to be random whether or not you get a real or fake egg, and Darko over here proving that I'm a liar, and apparently his phase 3 and 4 are just going to be real eggs.
Yeah, Gooby doing slightly less than optimal strats, going pretty far to the right during the first phase and getting a pretty slow spawn.
Yeah.
For the first 2 eggs. Not a huge deal though. See Darko straight up skipping the wrong warp.
And looks like Gooby's gonna go for it. This is not a very hard wrong warp to go for, but it probably loses the most time if you miss it.
But if you don't go for it at all, it loses very little time. It only saves about 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's another one of those things where it's like main brace. I think main brace and main brace and hothead. I believe that's that stage.
Ooh, Gooby kind of missing this big boy in the worst way possible. Misses the throw, misses the backup, and just spends the most amount of time possible trying to get this trick that doesn't save a whole lot of time. Yeah. Falls pretty far behind as a result.
Feels bad, man. But yeah, like, both main brace and hothead don't save that much time, and missing them loses a bunch of time.
Ooh, I think Darko actually didn't jump high enough to spawn the barrel.
No, he spawned it. He just... I think his throw was off.
Maybe.
Because normally you angle up your throw, at least I do. Like, I jump a little bit sooner and angle my throw upright, so he might have just barely missed it.
I haven't made that mistake as often as I've made the mistake of not jumping high enough, but certainly either is possible. Still pretty close though.
Oh yeah, it's still very close. You mean like it did between me and Reebs?
A little bit.
The game changer. No, this is the first real gatekeeper of any race, in my opinion. It's not even really Crow. It's whether or not you get a good cleaver.
Yeah, you can't even really call Crow a gatekeeper, like...
It's the gatekeeper of PB attempts.
Sure.
But in races, you just kind of roll with the punches on Crow and just hope not to die on cleaver.
Right. As Otterlings would say, if you're good at this game, bosses are the only source of RNG.
Yeah!
If you're not good, there's this little enemy called the Cat O' Tails. Hopefully we won't see him come into play.
But let's just face it, Otter is just a god at this game.
And if he continues on these paces that he's getting, he might not be just a god. Ooh. Getting a kind of a tight miss on the cannonball throw in Gooby stream.
Neither runner going for Lava Fly. Probably for the best. It is a 4-second time save with a possible 1-minute time loss. I don't know how many racers have gone for it and missed it so far in the tournament.
I'm not sure either. I think it's a non-zero number.
Well, yeah, I know for sure that Reeves missed it in our race.
Yeah.
So I know it's not a 0.
Yeah, you're right. Reeves was actually the person I was thinking of.
Fun fact about the Cleaver fight here is that if you take the hooks a little bit slowly on these last 2 phases, then you don't have to kind of like glide away from Cleaver before the cannonball spawns. So you just kind of want to like keep him on screen, because as soon as you try and get him off screen, he'll rubber band faster towards you.
Yeah, though, if your setup is consistent, either way could work.
Yeah.
I think it's just easier visually to do what you're talking about.
That was an interesting barrel strat from Darko.
Yeah. Taking the intended route to Ramby. Something I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah. I forgot that was the one of the intended ways.
Yeah, who's thought about that?
But so into World 3, all developer-intended warps are out of the game. It's going to be a lot of pure platforming, with a wrong warp here or there, and oh man, my cat's trying to take my headphones from me. No cat, bad cat.
Magoo.
Darko almost missing that cloak there.
Yeah, that actually a little scary.
Okay, yeah, that was really, really low.
And I'm actually kind of worried about this one from Gooby too.
Gooby's fine.
Okay, yeah.
Like Darko was
way really far to the left.
So did Gooby, and Gooby even turned back to hit the cloak. So that's what like really worried me.
Oh yeah. But as Jake was talking about pure platforming, now we have this swimming level.
Oh man. So this stage is probably the hardest stage in the game to optimize. Oh, Darko taking a hit that you don't normally take. You normally stick to the right side of that shaft there.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the hardest stage in the game to optimize. Not because, there's hard platforming or whatnot, but you want to try and take these corners as tight to the wall as you possibly can without hitting the wall. Because if you hit the wall, you lose your momentum.
Did you see that Kong swap there?
No, I did not. I was.
Yeah, Gooby just straight up swapped Kongs around halfway.
Oh man. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, you do not want to be Diddy at all on this level. But if you take damage and you have Diddy in front, it's just slower to swap. So you just want to try and push through, but you don't want to just swap at the midway of the stage for no reason. You really want to swap right around where Darko is.
It has to do with hitboxes and the fact that it's just easier to navigate.
Darko Kong swaps at the end of. I'm lost.
I'll just roll with it. Subdying crackhead entrance, absolutely fine. Swaps right back.
Grandma.
Oh goodness. Grandma gets mad at you if you don't visit her enough, man. Alright, on to what we have often called, and will still call, the first truly hard stage of the run.
Yes. I may have said that Glimmers is the hardest stage to optimize, but this is truly the first difficult stage in the game to perform. A lot of tight platforming, and these crocodile heads are actually a lot more, they have kind of a slippery feeling towards the edges of them. It can be really weird.
It can be really frustrating.
Yeah. Many good runs to any tier player of this game have been lost to this stage.
And it feels like you've just tripped on a banana peel, like when you just go into the swamp. Because you didn't land on a crackhead correctly.
Yeah, like you like kind of nick the edge and it kind of just goes tink.
So both players onto Rattle Battle, and I think we were talking our last race about how this isn't a hard stage, but people screw up on it because it sucks to practice.
It sucks to practice, and it's, I can't remember if it was me and you, but it's like one of those natural flowing levels, and getting off your flow in the stage can really, really mess the entire stage up for you.
Yeah, and so hilariously, that happened to me in my last race.
Oh, man.
I just straight up died because my flow got off.
I unfortunately was not able to see your race against Waffle.
You are better off for it.
But yeah, this is not a difficult stage, like we said, but you really, it takes some time to get used to what you actually need to do this stage quickly and not die or take unnecessary damage. Pretty much, it's knowing like when to hold jump and for how long to hold jump.
This, more so than many other stages, I think you just need to learn in segments.
I can see that, yeah.
Like it's certainly true of stages like Parachute Panic, which we'll see later in the run. And certainly, you know, some people learn all stages in segments, but I really encourage you to just take the snake sections in segments. What is going on Darko Stream?
Oh, he's doing the twig setup.
Yeah, but that was like some X coordinates that I've never seen in my life. That was cool to watch, though.
Yeah, that was. But yeah, it looks like he was going for the twig setup for the damage boost there.
And it all works out for him in the end.
Yeah.
Gooby going for
Did he go for I don't think he knows the consistent setup for this.
Yeah.
Nope, and he misses it because I don't think he knows, because I had this issue when I was learning, is I didn't know that you had to spawn the what is it, the right beetle first? Yeah.
That's the consistent setup, yeah.
Yeah, so actually if you climb the left side of that that far right rope, then you will spawn the right beetle first. But yeah, it's just probably one of those things that Gooby doesn't know, and maybe after the fact we can maybe help him with that, just as a friendly, helpful thing for if he's doing PB attempts, so he doesn't rage like I used to at Slime Climb.
Maybe he's just of calmer mind than you. I have to say though, his ropes in the second section, even though I don't think he's practiced this a whole lot, pretty on point.
Yeah, he's moving through the stage fairly confidently, but he's probably practiced warpless Slime Climb, because he did miss it in his last race.
That's true. Darko going for regular old maze skip.
Yep.
Not going for Vine Clip, which...
Doing it with Dixie in front, which is a little bit scary, because Dixie...
Oh, no!
Oh, no! But, like, Dixie just doesn't have as good of a throw as Diddy does.
Yeah. For sure.
So, let's see how Gooby does on his pathing. There is a really... So, most people think that the top route that Gooby's trying to take is actually the faster route, but you can actually get a quick shot off, a quick shot or two off if you go a different direction through the barrel maze. Makes it just a little bit faster.
Once again, Kong swapping in a place that doesn't really make sense. Swaps back to Dixie.
Yeah.
To make the throw. Actually, I might know why. Nope, never mind. Because you want to be Dixie during this boss fight, too.
Yeah.
So I imagine he's just going to Kong swap back.
I've had some people that I've been in their streams, like newer runners. Oh my goodness!
Well...
Enjoy! But yeah, so I've had some people who are new runners like say to me, and oh, and he misses a cycle! He jumps toward him! If he would just stand at the yellow barrel, he wouldn't have to jump for his throws.
Yeah, however, Gooby doing Maze of Shame.
Yeah, but he's almost done, and missing a cycle is gonna let Gooby catch up from missing Slime Climb. But I hope everyone is enjoying this
Okay, so Gooby took the DK barrel after the goalpost in Double Blast.
I've seen him do. I can't remember if it was Gooby or someone else, but I've seen someone do that before. And you don't need to do that.
Faster, right?
Yeah, it's not faster because, well, I think, yeah, it's definitely not faster because you have to go past the goalpost and go back to it, as opposed to just hitting the goalpost and then getting the free DK barrel during the boss entrance. So Gooby also doing the unnecessary jumping throw. If you, like I said, if you stand at that little yellow barrel in the background, you don't have to jump when you throw.
Learned that from our good friend Antilles58.
I learned it from reading the wiki. Who does that? I know. I did.
It's actually funny. I learned it from watching Antilles try to tell Paco. Oh goodness, this is getting out of control.
Oh my god!
All right, it appears to be back in control.
Extreme honking.
There's a meme.
That's what I got from that.
All right, on to one of Dixie's best levels.
And actually a really fun level to do, in my opinion.
Triggered. So there's a lot going on in this stage. There's the optimal timing with the honey, there's regular old platforming, and now we have our friend Shoes, the spider.
Shoes the spider.
And Shoes is gonna help us set up the best named glitch in this game, the scrolly scroll.
No, I'm voting that it's the honey slide now.
The honey slide?
Yeah, that's what Poexel calls it.
I mean, that does sound more like something from an RPG, but...
And it sounds better than the scrolly scroll.
Like that?
I think would be an agreement. I think it sounds better. It sounds cooler.
You're ridiculous. All right, chat. I need you to vote right now.
Yeah, we're gonna vote right now. Should it be the honey slide or the scrolly scroll?
Honey Flash sounds like something out of a DBZ parody.
It does.
And Target Terra, a very good time to have this debate because
yes, a very good time. Looks like we've got 3-1 so far.
Oh, is Gooby gonna?
Oh no!
Okay.
Okay, he got it.
Thankfully, falls on the second jump. Fell on the first jump, he would have had to do the entire setup again.
So we're getting more votes here for the honey slide. But I feel like he should have like a triggered right next to him.
I mean, I buy that argument. You could call it the jungle slide and it would make just as much sense.
Yeah, Mythical, let's go.
Mythical brought a sword to a honey fight. It's literally cheating.
Literally cheating. Alright, so there is one piece of tech in this stage. Let's not completely overshadow that there's nothing you can do in this stage. There are 2 flitter skips that you can do in the stage. They save about a second combined, and they risk dying if you jump too early or too late. So you pretty much have to jump at a specific time, and it just saves bouncing on a dude. And Darko does not go for Swag Balloon. Everyone in chat should not be happy about this as I sip on my soda.
Quote-unquote soda. So we got Brambler coming up. Yeah, this could very easily equalize the runners. Ooh. Darko going for the fast ropes.
Yeah, you can do fast ropes as long as like you spawn completely above that barrel. You should be fine. And
throws too early, I think. Or no, he turned around. So
he didn't get up into the corner very well.
Yeah, his setup was just kind of wonky. Still actually farther ahead of Gooby than I realized.
Yeah.
His second attempt pretty early, though he did fail pretty quickly. There's a lot of ways this trick can go wrong, and they all lose different amounts of time.
Yeah, but this can be the equalizer, so if...
Oh, this looks good.
Yep.
Yep, goes all the way to the right for safety.
Yep. Okay, so Darko threw on second try. And I actually think I'm slightly behind on Darko's stream, so I'm gonna just pause on pause.
Oh, Gooby actually...
Yeah, he got Swag Balloon, but oh, that is not gonna be good enough ropes, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is not gonna work.
Well, doesn't matter.
Yeah, so the thing to keep in mind, if you're trying to climb the rope fast, is that you need to have the hook separated from the crook that throws it as you scroll it off screen.
Yeah.
And if you don't do that, the IDs will just be wrong.
And that's only if you do the fast rope strat, by the way, because I've had the hooks despawned off screen. As long as you completely spawn that barrel up there, like I pretty much bonked my head on the top bramble, and it works for me.
Not gonna be taking another failure in here.
A nice little death point for him, just getting stuck up in there. Okay, so we actually, we noticed this during his race versus Puexel, I believe. He keeps going to Target Terror to get a new Kong. You don't have to do that. I don't know why he does. There's a Kong barrel right there.
I think it's because his setup involves jumping over that gap with Diddy holding the DK barrel.
I suppose so, if he's trying to do the moonwalk strike, but he doesn't really need to.
Oh no, the Cat O' Nine Tails! Commentator curse.
Excuse me, Sonic?
You're excused. What are you talking about?
That is definitely Sonic.
I'm pretty sure Sonic doesn't have 9 tails. We're about to have 2 wrong warp attempts on the screen.
We are. 2 different... Oh.
Ooh.
Come on, Gooby! Come on, Gooby!
Yeah.
Yes.
The race is still on. Oh. Never mind what I said.
Yeah, Darko's...
No wrong warp attempts.
Completely opting out of the wrong warp, but he has a healthy lead on Gooby, so it could be, if he's watching the stream, he could just be skipping it if he's not comfortable with doing it.
Mm-hmm. Or I mean, even if he's just not comfortable with doing it in general.
Yep. He doesn't go for the DK coin, though. I'm very disappointed.
Don't you have to do a rat to get it?
Maybe. I'm not 100%. I don't think even casually I ever got that DK coin.
Isn't it like part of the target?
Yeah, it's part of the target.
Yeah, so you need.
But I mean, he could have got a solo. I mean, that's not that bad. So
you're asking too much of these runners, Jake. Let's see if this big boy works.
Oh no! But he jumps off the hook.
Oh what? Oh and what?
He might not know the backup, so I think he's just gonna go for it again. But even still, if you don't know the backup, just casualing is way faster than dying and trying again.
Yeah, I did not expect that. As you might have guessed from my reaction.
Yeah, well, we were both really confused because I thought he just fell and then he kept falling. And I'm just like,
Yeah, I thought there was some weird glitch going on where he couldn't grab the honey.
I never thought about doing it. I never thought about doing a big boy there.
I'm pretty sure it's slower than getting the other version of it.
Well, yeah, it's probably slower, but I never even really thought about
the
going
waffle
big boy
bee
there.
skip. This man does know some tech. Oh no, Gooby dying while invincible.
Feels bad, man.
Feelings.
Alright, so a little fun fact about Rambi here. If you try and dash while going up a slope, it will actually cut your momentum. Your dash will just stop. So, I'm pretty sure Darko right there, what he did was he jumped and hit his head on the ceiling, and then jumped again before he hit the upslope. That way he was able to preserve his dash and keep going through the level quickly.
Oh, Gooby dies again while invincible.
Man.
I think it might have actually been the same jump.
I think we just need to, at this point, take his time and just focus on trying to slowly close the gap between him and Darko. Because if he just plays it safe, then if Gooby goes, or if Darko goes for harder strats in World 5 and 6, then it'll be a little bit easier for Gooby to catch up.
Yeah, that's a weird kind of faceted competition where you can either try to play your best or count on your opponent making a mistake. It's never really clear which one you should count on. I've definitely had to race differently depending on who my opponents were.
That was definitely my entire strategy versus Reeves.
Good job.
Just pray he makes mistakes.
Gooby also skipping the mudhole wrong warp.
Yeah, I'm not sure though. He took the cannonball with him and then just left it there. So maybe he took it with him just to kill the cannon?
I almost suspect he's listening to us. Because with stream delay, he might have heard your comments around when he was about to do the warp.
It's possible. Get the coin! Get the coin!
No, chat doesn't need to hear this rap. I'm not sure whose audio we're using, actually.
Neither do I. I'm just currently listening to Darko's because I like the song. But
song of Ghostly Grove.
Yeah, Ghostly Grove. So I've said this many times, commentating for this tournament so far, but I really like Ghostly Grove. I like doing this stage. It's really fun platforming. It's not a super hard stage, but like just all the rolls and all the jumps feel really, really good in this stage. Especially this one.
Just get to roll through everything.
Yep. Oh, front ropes. Like,
Darko knows a very interesting selection of strats.
Like, I feel like he's going for some Dustin type stuff, where like he's skipped on doing some of like the easier things, and he's like doing really hard stuff.
Yeah, so to explain, our friend Dustin was kind of stuck with a 50-24, I think it was, or was it 50?
I think it was like a 50-52, but I could be wrong.
I think it was like a 50-49 for a long time because he would fail these really hard tricks that didn't save a lot of time, and we're kind of getting the similar vibe watching Darko stream.
Yeah. By the way, Tupac's Library, otherwise known as One Hand, get some one hand spam in the chat. This is the only stage in the game where you can play it with one hand. You only need to press the jump button throughout this entire stage.
Yep, you can have your controller in one hand, your drink in another. It's a good time.
Yeah, don't read chat.
Oh yeah, you can't drink, play the game, and read chat for sure.
Yeah, that's really hard. You're like a multitasking god at that point. But Gooby's just over here working on the king. Never sleep on the king though.
Yeah, neither player going for the optimal Kingsing setups that we're kind of used to.
The first one's not that hard, but the second one can be a little bit more difficult, so I can...
miss his 2-cycle.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
But go on.
But yeah, so, like, if you don't go for the second one at all, I mean, you might just not ever think about going for the first one. And, Gooby actually going, like, shoving himself into that bottom right corner. I believe it was you that told me that actually saves a little bit of time.
Oh, to go down and right into the corner?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to hold down and right, though. That's the key.
Yeah.
I see some streamers just going into the corner and not holding anything, and I'm pretty sure that doesn't skip anything.
Yeah. So, for those of you who do not know, when you finish off the king... when you beat King Zing, just go into the bottom right corner and hold down and right into the corner. But anyways, Gusty Glade, another really fun stage in World 5. It's pretty much the last stage before an onslaught of difficult stages. So the win mechanics in this stage if you don't really know where the wind changes direction, it can actually be a pretty challenging stage. But once you know where the wind changes directions, it becomes a lot easier. But it can still slip you up sometimes.
Gooby died doing something. I'm not sure what. Maybe going for front ropes?
It's possible. Maybe just going for the ropes in general, because if you mistime it, you can just not jump and not be able to jump.
He did die at the point of front ropes.
Okay.
On to the most impressive looking stage in the game, in my view.
Yeah, this is definitely the most impressive stage to watch in the entire game, because it requires an intense amount of memorization and like quick thinking. And Darko actually doing like the optimal strat through that last section. Is he gonna go all damageless? Or
I suspect we'll. Oh.
Okay. Okay. No, he's not. I think he was gonna try and go for it.
He has to take damage again here too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but he's fine. He's fine. As long as he remembered where that B was.
Yeah. Well, I think if you're gonna do it like that, it's actually faster to con swap before you start jumping down that way. Going for the safe headbutt. I really like this setup in races. No reason to die at the very end of the stage.
Yeah.
And people have called this the hardest stage in the game, and boy, is it hard to prove them wrong. It's time for Webwoods, everybody.
This can actually be an equalizer. An infinite on Webwoods can cost a lot of time. So if Gooby plays like Goku and Darko just gets stuck on Webwoods, then we could actually have a race on our hands again.
Yeah, we'll have to have a very strong Gusty Glade and pretty solid PCP to catch up.
Yeah. So the instant platforms that Shoes spits out are a little bit finicky. So you can't make too many webs quickly, one after the other. So if you try and make one too quickly, you'll just fall without doing anything. And you also don't want to do it at the top of your jump. You want to do it just like slightly before the apex of your jump, because if you do it at the apex of your jump, then you'll just fall right through the platform. And there's also a stupid thing that can happen with these webs sometimes, where normally you can only shoot one of the platforms at a time. There are some cases where you'll shoot two at the right when you're trying to make the platform appear. So it can really throw you off, and you'll jump to try and land on the platform, and there'll be nothing there.
Yeah, this is a very controlled speedrun part of the game. There are a few points in this game where you can die by going too fast, like the speed police will just pull you over.
Yeah.
But Webwoods, I think the cleanest example of that.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where you actually have to not take a lot of time, but take enough time to make sure that everything goes correctly.
But it does go fairly correctly for Darko, and already on to Crow 2.
Yep. That was a Deathless Webwoods, and not a very bad one. He went for both damage boosts.
What? It's right spawn?
Yeah, but...
Oh, no! Oh, goodness.
Oh, no! No, the damage! But yes, he kind of wasted right spawn a little bit. He, waited to jump over the bird that was coming after him, and he could have hit Crow, then dodged the bird, and the hooks would have spawned faster. And right spawn again. Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh
no! Loses the entire length of that boss fight every time. No. But Gooby's still very far behind, still has to get through Webwoods to catch up. This is no small task.
Now he's gonna get all the bad spawns.
Gets the back hit for a little bit of swag. Taking some safe ropes, just try not to take damage. Climbing up ropes is just harder as Dixie in general.
And Gooby is taking it fairly slowly through PCP, at least through that last section. Yeah, it looks like he's just going to take it really slowly through PCP.
But I think that's perfectly defensible.
Yeah. So Crow 2 can be a huge douche. Because you can, like, if you take ropes quickly, there's a chance that you can actually, as you're trying to jump from rope to dodge an egg, you can bounce on top of the egg, and it'll just infinite you to the, like, left or right side, knock you all the way to the bottom.
The best is that you can actually go so fast that you'll bonk on Crow himself. And that's the ultimate speed police moment that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Gooby just straight up doesn't know how to do this last part. Doesn't know that you can just drop down after a certain point.
He's done this this section without getting on the bird, like without skipping the bird. So that was pretty much a casual PCP.
I wouldn't go that far, but definitely not anything you'll see on the wiki.
Well, yeah, I mean he went for pretty much every bird.
Mm-hmm.
And now we get to see his Webwoods tech as Darko goes through probably, I'd say about like 90% of speedrunners of this game hate Arctic Abyss.
I don't know, that seems low.
Actually, I'm probably going to say like 99% because I think Void is the only person who likes the stage because everyone hates it. Like, I think he likes the stage just to be contradictory.
I do know for sure that Void thinks that it's impossible to be good at the stage without playing it every single day.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with that. So, Gooby not making any instant platforms from what it looks like. Yeah, he's just taking it very safe.
What is this 77% emote?
I don't even know. What is that?
One of the most weirdly appropriate emotes I've ever seen in a random conversation. But anyway. On to Windywell, the other wind stage in the game.
Well, there is a third one, but we won't oversee it.
Yeah. Yeah, the other win stage in 90%, I should say.
Yeah. But this one is probably one of my least favorite stages in the game.
Tell me why. I don't really understand.
Well, it's like half auto-scroller, half platforming, and it's just like a really boring stage. At least to me. And Darko taking an odd damage boost through that section, but getting through nonetheless. Doesn't go for the damage boost.
I'm not sure if that was intentional. I don't think it was.
It's possible that it wasn't. Oh god! That hook had it out for him, dude.
A little bit, yeah.
Fun fact, if you stick to the left side of this little wind column here, no bee will hit you as long as you jump up as quickly as you can. I don't expect Darko to go for ghetto bees. Ooh, but takes damage. Oh no!
And takes damage. And the long fall, the worst.
Yeah, the long fall.
Meanwhile, Gooby finally out of Webwoods.
Yep, he's on Creepy Crow.
Making progress. Gets the first right spawn.
Oh, hooks, stay away!
Darko does go for the damage boost. Oh, misses it though.
You have to hit the top of the bee in order to get the damage boost.
Yeah, so what I think happened last time was he got scared by the unintentional damage he took. And then opted out of the boost.
Okay, Spike. I agree that this stage has very great music, but I don't like this stage.
That's actually one of the reasons that this was my favorite stage, or one of my favorite stages casually, was because of the music.
Oh yeah, casually, this stage is amazing. Like, it's way longer than Squawk's Shaft and some of the other mine stages. Because there's like one other one? I don't remember how many mining stages are in the game.
Cannon's Claim, Squawk's Shaft, this one. Doesn't matter. Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Gooby finally onto K-Roll's Keep. Full 2 stages behind, unfortunately. And again with the Kong swap.
Yeah, maybe you're just more comfortable with Diddy in front for that little section right there. Who knows? Yeah, there was a lot of mistakes by both runners, but I think Darko probably had the bigger of said mistakes. Mainly because he's going for harder strats in certain areas. 3 mining stages, Spike being the amazing person that he is in helping us out there. But yeah, so Darko made quite a few big mistakes going for harder strats, whereas Gooby played it a little bit more safe. So if he wouldn't have made as many errors, he probably could have at least tied up the race and put it to a very close race. But anything can happen.
Yeah, this race is far from over. Yeah, like going for his own version of Commentator's Curse, I see. Because simply messing up this trick can lose up to 90 seconds.
Oh, Gooby almost got RNG beetled. It bounced him back onto the platform.
Yeah, I saw that. That was scary.
I saw that out of the corner of my eye and I almost had a heart attack.
Not a big time loss, but it feels bad, for sure.
Like, you saw Gooby pause the game for a second, thinking that he was dead. Yeah, Darko killing off the weighted companion barrel in order to summon the goalpost.
Realizes that he does in fact need the water to be frozen.
Alright, let's see if he... Okay, so he knows that you don't have to duck under that bee as Dixie. As long as you're running and not rolling or walking, Dixie can just run underneath the bees at the height in this stage.
Yep.
Right, I said I meant that. That makes way more sense. The bee at the height. Yeah, you know, because that makes sense.
Darko decides not to be a gentleman.
No gentleman strats here. Nyaki is now triggered.
Looks like this is actually going to be a very clean last section of clappers for him.
Yep. He made one little bonk, but it was very clean nonetheless. Gooby skipping over Ghetto Bees, but he doesn't die, so...
And on to the last of, I would say, the infamous infinites.
Yes.
In this game, the Chainlink Chamber Infinite. This is not the hardest runner-up in the game, but when your heart is racing...
And you're on PB pace.
As hard as anything else in this game.
Oh, that's going to be a miss, though. And Darko realizes it and just leaves it immediately.
Yep, smart.
Oh, does he? He's got another. Does he have another shot at this? Are the IDs still going to be right?
Oh, we're going to find out.
No. Okay, I was going to say, like, wait, do you get another shot at it if you don't even go for the... Like, I would figure the IDs wouldn't be right after that, because you're respawning the cannonball.
Yeah, I mean, they just have to be completely different, right?
Yeah. At least one ID is different, and, well, as far as I know, one ID can make a pretty big difference.
So worth noting, when you come out of the bonus game, you can just hold Y and left, and you'll roll all the way through that barrel.
Yeah. As long as you don't roll into the DK barrel.
Right, of course.
So... Darko on probably one of my... it's definitely in my top 3 favorite stages. That was a weird way to take damage. Thanks, OS Komodo.
Welcome to Hitboxes.
Yep.
Ooh, Snake Tech.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if Darko knew
it. He's gonna have to take a safe route. If he did the short hop route, he would have taken damage on one of those bees right there to damage boost through it.
He would take damage at the bottom of this pit that he's jumping over with the bee over it.
That's if he was going for... Oh, no! Oh, he's fine! Oh! That's like the worst feeling ever when you just fall through one of those pits and fall past the bees.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so he is going for complete short hops here. If you do the short hop route, you just, you don't go through where the Omega barrel is, like where you're, right by where the DK coin is. You just damage boost through one of the bees underneath that area and just bounce up on top of them afterwards. Not as fast as doing Omega double jumps, but it's definitely easier.
And I was just about to say, very easy to take random damage in the squawk section. As Darko does so.
Yeah. It does make this last section a little bit more scary, too.
For sure. Because you're actually supposed to take a damage boost later on.
Yeah, where he went through that little side alley, you were supposed to take damage. Oh! He almost gave that bee. He almost gave that bee a face hug.
Darko keeping us all on the edge of our seats. I think wisely choosing to kill all these bees. Something that you and Canis were talking about a few races back is if you have both Kongs at the last bee section in Toxic, there's really no reason not to just rush through it.
Yeah. So Mikhail asked a good question. How do you short hop into that second barrel that Gooby did? So, a fun fact about the snake tech in this, about short hops in general. Pretty much the way what's happening is you're storing what's called a glitch hop. What you do is that you hold A, and then you very, very quickly tap B. I think it's like a couple frames that you have to be able to hold B.
I'm not sure.
But it's definitely just a couple frames. And so when you hold A and just tap B, you store what's called a glitch hop, and then you'll be able to jump again. So that performs a double jump. But if you want to extend a little bit more height out of it, when you store that glitch hop, if you let go of A, then you will gain just a little bit of extra height on your short hops. And you don't have to be holding Y or anything for it. You just only need to hold Y to be moving around quickly. That's the only function that Y holds, as far as I know, as far as short hops go. I know Omegas, you have to be moving with Y while doing them. But short hops, you don't. Ooh,
so a lot happened during that explanation, actually.
Yeah. So no race skip from Darko, though.
Yeah, doesn't even go for it. Probably doesn't want to risk taking the damage, if I had to guess.
Yep. Most likely. And we've got Gooby taking what looks to be a very safe pathway up the snake section. Yeah, it doesn't look like Gooby knows any snake tech himself.
Yeah, and actually doesn't look like Darko wants to risk taking any damage at all on this stage. Doesn't totally have it locked up for sure, but kinda has it locked up as long as he can hit the goalpost in this stage and gets through the glorified cutscene.
Yeah, definitely agree. But he's pretty much past the most dangerous part. I don't think I've ever seen anyone die right after that last bee and before the goalpost.
Are you making fun of me?
I've done it too.
I think he's making fun of me.
You are not alone, Sylvite. I think we've all been taken out by that bee at least once.
So on to K. Rool, the Looney Tunesiest villain in the entire game.
With his giant, overly sized, comical blunderbuss.
With his oversized what?
Blunderbuss? Oh no!
Yeah.
Well, Spike.
It has had at least one.
But a nice dustless throw. Oh, what? Wait, Darko, what did you just do that for?
I'm confused. Okay, so the joke that I was trying to make before is that K. Rool is trying to beat you with his Acme blunderbuss.
Yeah, his Acme blunderbuss. That somehow shoots fire out of it.
Shoots a lot more than that. Has an infinite supply of cannonballs, spiked and normal.
And barrels.
3 different kinds of gas.
Oh no! What is he doing? What is Darko doing, dude?
Christmas predicting something. I don't know.
I am so lost right now.
Darko, waiting for his good friend Gooby to get to K-Rool so that this can come down to dustless throws.
Feasel. Blunderbuss Infinite is fine.
Literally and metaphorically trying to throw the tournament.
I'm just so confused right now, dude. Starlight, I don't know at this point if it's confidence or stupidity.
Hashtag throw your boyfriend, hashtag feminism.
I mean, if Darko dies again, this is over.
You're saying it's over with how many deaths to K-Rool so far?
That's what I'm saying. If Darko does, like, but Darko's doing some really silly things that he shouldn't be doing. And I don't know if he was doing it just to try and make this, like, close?
Maybe, I don't know. At this point, I just wonder what our job is, like...
Yeah, I just don't know, dude. Is like, what if he dies on the last hit? What if he just jumps into K-Rool?
It looks like he's finally taking it seriously. Quote unquote.
Clark's actually, like, this feels kind of like a wrestling event, just saying this is awesome. With Klappas. Because that was hilarious.
There's gonna, like, be some YouTube video that comes out with Darko being like, "Alright, brother! I can die 3 times in K-Rool, and I'll still take you down!"
Oh, man. Yeah, Spike finally taking it seriously gets Blue Dixie. Oh man.
Yeah, I was worried.
Okay, so Darko has done with a race time of 53:09.
I want to see that dot comment.
I can't even. This like he better dot comment, and this better be like a hot dot comment. I don't even do. Wow. So, like, what do we even say?
We ask him for an interview. We make him explain himself. Sand is the comment.
Darko does not want to interview.
Rats. He wants to maintain the mystery.
Nocturne, this is not fine. I must know. Let me check and see if we have any upcoming. Oh, I think Feasel just answered it in chat for me.
Yeah. No more races today.
Well, geez, Feasel, be efficient and stuff.
You should have just asked me.
Well, I saw it in chat and I was just like, oh, let me check. Alright, so Sylvite also, Sylvite also finishing up. Gooby also finishing up his race.
Yes, I was actually racing the whole time.
The whole time.
CountGooby willing to do an interview if his internet cooperates?
Yeah. But yeah, follow both runners. But, wow. So, what do we... what do we do?
I don't know, man. Like, this has never happened.
This has never happened before. So I'm assuming this was pushed back a bit.
What do you mean?
This match was pushed back because on the calendar it was originally scheduled at 4.
Oh yeah, it was scheduled for 5 CST, and then whoever adjusted it in the wrong direction for EST.
Okay.
Not a big deal.
Gooby, if you're in here, we cannot hear you. So it looks like our next race is actually going to be tomorrow. It's going to be tomorrow between Millennium, SMRPG God, and Cryptic at 12 p.m. EST. So for those of you wondering who may have just joined in, what you missed was actually a very interesting ending to this race. Darko was in a very, very apparent lead. He was a stage and a half ahead at that point?
Yeah, a stage and a half to 2 stages at various points.
Hold on. But Darko took 2 what seemed like intentional deaths to K. Rool.
Yeah, just straight up at the beginning of the fight, threw his boyfriend into the cannonballs, said no thanks, and then took what looked like at least 1 intentional straight-out death to the boss.
Yeah, but I would say rewatch this race just to see it, because it was interesting.
For sure.
But yeah, so for other things coming up after the speaking of tomorrow's DKC2 race, looks like after that we don't have one scheduled until the day after. But let me bring up the schedule and see if there's anything in between then and now. Looks like it. Okay, so tomorrow. So tomorrow actually kicks off the Super Metroid 100% tournament here on Speed Gaming, and it looks like we have a match at 11 p.m. tomorrow. Fiesel, do you know who that's between by chance? Yeah, for Super Metroid Hundo. I don't have schedule up for that one.
Second.
Are you in this race, or rather, are you in this tournament, Jake, the Super Metroid one?
Yes, I am, but my match is going to be on Tuesday. That's the only one that I know.
Here, I'll just link the schedule in chat.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so the SM 100% tournament is actually going to be really, really cool. We've actually got a lot of the top runners in the tournament.
Yeah, any names a pleb like myself might know?
Well, Zost, Oats, Sweetnum, Stray, pretty much all the top Hondo runners, including I think Behemoth's in it too. Yeah, pretty much everyone who's a top runner, at least top 10 runners, including all 4 people who are going to be running at AGDQ for the 100% race. So that's pretty hype.
Yeah, that sounds great to me.
And like I said, like Feasel's working on the schedule. It looks like the goal posted the challenge in there.
All right, so we've confirmed that neither of our racers can interview, right?
Yeah, we've confirmed that.
All right, so I think we might check out here.
Yep. So, I'm not 100% certain on who it's between, but come back tomorrow at 11 I think that's 11 a.m. for some Super Metroid Hundo. It's going to be Super Metroid for the first couple hours. Then it looks like we got some Link to the Past, followed by more Super Metroid and Super Mario World.
Yeah, and of course, keep an eye on this channel for more Donkey Kong Country 2 races. This tournament is far from over, and our most hype races definitely still to come.
Definitely. So, from all of us here at Speed Gaming, have a good night.
Yep, I'm Sylvite. This is Jake. Shoutouts to Feasel for making this all possible, and we hope to see you around, everybody.